Shazam! We're gonna start in a minute. All right, how we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Instagram, we live. Facebook, we live. Are we live on YouTube? All right, let's get going. Get yourself a pen and a piece of paper. All right, get yourself a pen and piece of paper. We're gonna crank it up in a minute. Welcome to 2019 State of the Union for wealth builders, real estate investors. All right. We're gonna crank it up in a minute. Where's this sitting? All right. How are we doing today? How are we doing today, folks? How are we doing today? My name is Frank Corbin, and I'm gonna be doing a State of the Union for wealth builders this evening for real estate investors, predominantly around the GTA. So if you've been going at it for a while, you're trying to build wealth, or you are building wealth, and you're having some tough times or struggling, or you're having good times, well, you're in the right place. So what's going on? It's rough out there now, eh? It's rough out there. Hello. Let me say hi to some folks. Hi, Sharon. How you doing? Hi, Flea. Hi, Declare. Jackie. Hello. Second to me. Yeah. Okay. What happened here? 1 second. I shouldn't touch this. Okay. Oh, no, I shouldn't have touched that. I click off that. All right. So what's happening? So what's going on? We've been going at this stuff for a while, and everything was going nice and smooth until the market make a big turn for the good, right? Anyways, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Frank Corbin. I'm a real estate investor. a real estate mentor, and now I'm calling myself the economy creator. So we're looking at a place we can create economies. And so what happened, I just stumbled onto real estate just by accident when I was like 21, 22. I started working in the mineral exploration field and looking for something to minimize my taxes, and my accountant recommended real estate, and I started buying real estate. Then realized that it was more to real estate than just buying a property and collecting rent and chasing your tenants down to get your rent every single month. There's more to than just that. So I decided to educate myself more and more of the industry and continue to buy more and more real estate. Made a lot of mistakes at the beginning, like most of you doing right now, or most you did in the past. Made a lot of mistakes. Learn, stick to the game, learn to correct those mistakes, and here I am today. So I purchased my first property in 1997 for $241,000. That sounds like ancient to you guys, right? But it's just the other day, in my opinion. $241,000, and it was a triplex. It was a triplex, or what we call a duplex with legal basement. And to me, that was the ideal property. So what I did to that property, I had the basement rented out, I had the main floor rented out, and I live on the top floor. I lived there for 5 or 6 years and lived there technically free. So the main level and the basement cover all my costs plus some, and I live upstairs there for free. It's a 2-bedroom apartment upstairs, live for free. At 22 years old, I purchased that transaction, and I continue to do more and more real estate over time. So we coming off of the 1989 market crash. The market bottomed out at the bottom of 93, 94. And it started to pick up around 95, 96, 97. It just slowly started increasing in value. And so once I purchased in 1997, it took almost 8-9 years for us to see the big boom or the big rush. We just started to make good equity. The market was going just slow, 1%, 2%, 1%, 2% appreciation. And all of a sudden come 2003, 2004, and the market make this big incline. So a lot of times, you folks and a lot of people get into real estate after all that stuff started happening. You think that real estate just goes up and up and up all the time because that's what you're used to over the last few years. But it doesn't really work that way. So I'm gonna just balance things out for you guys tonight. You can hold on to a property for years or a few years before you start seeing great appreciation. Now, the good thing for lots of you, because we're located in the GTA, real estate is like oil in the GTA. It's almost like gold. Hey, Winston Spence, how you doing? Yeah, real estate is like gold here. So really, truly, if you really buy a piece of property here and you're just a slumlord and you do absolutely nothing to that property, you pretty much guarantee over the next 10, 15 plus years, you're gonna see some strong appreciation on that particular property. Okay, so we're just really, really lucky. It's not the same all across the country. It doesn't operate that way all across the country in Canada or even the United States. Okay, so we've been going good for a while. Then we had a little bit of a market correction or softening in 2008 when the U.S. market was having some turbulence. So it kind of slowed down for a little while, for 6 months to a year. And then it picked back up and we're just going crazy. Mortgage rules, we went to a 40 years amortization. The mortgage rules become more easy and flexible for people to buy real estate, and it just went nuts. And most of you jump on board, you start buying condos, you start buying houses and pre-construction and resale. And you think that's how real estate works. And really and truly, that's not how it works. Okay? And that's not how you want it to work either. Then comes 2016, 2017, we start getting like 15, 20% appreciation in 1 year in some areas, move up to about 29%, up to 69% appreciation in some areas in real estate. And people went crazy. People start quitting their jobs. Because everyone says, I'm going to cash in now. This is it for me. I'll become a multi-millionaire in real estate and I want to stop working. No, not so fast, buddy. It's funny, and why I think it's funny, because I remember accompanying a couple of my friends up to Sheridan College in Brampton on a Saturday morning to do a real estate exam. And literally, folks, we see 300 to 400 people. Hi, Everett. You see 300 to 400 people at Sheridan College on a Saturday morning writing the real estate exam. It's like everybody dog, the cat, and the neighbor want to become a realtor. Because the market is just nice. And here comes the government, because we cannot tolerate that kind of market. I call it irresponsible. We can't have that. We can't have the market going up like that. It just can't work. It just can't sustain itself. And the last thing we want in Canada is or the GTA, is for you guys start lose interest or lose value in real estate. So the government step in and make some adjustment on the mortgage and balance things out. So some of you thinking, oh, the market is soft, it's not so good. This is a very balanced market. Over the last year and a half, we've been coming down a bit. But now we have a balanced market. Okay? Hi, Steph. Just go my page, Steph. Steph Keat, go my page. I'll try to just go my page. You'll find the feed, or just check my name, find Corbin. You can find the page there. Yeah, sorry. So this we have is a balanced market. We had about what 1% plus appreciation over the last year. That's not too bad. No, I prefer 3 to 4%. That's more standard what we used to over the last little while. But now the market is balanced. Okay, we don't have multiple offers as much anymore. Okay, the amortization is very standard now. Interest rate is pretty standard. Some people say interest rate is high. Interest rate is not high. We're coming off of a 40-year low interest rate. Interest rate is pretty good now. Okay, this is pretty good. This is a standard market. And if you're trying to get into the market, you might not think so, because it's not. You just can't run into a bank and get a mortgage. But that was the same problem I had in 1997 trying to buy a property. I couldn't just run into the bank and get a mortgage. The qualification process was tight as well. So this market momentum we have right now is when I first bought my first real estate property. The prices was pretty good. You could negotiate decent pricing. Okay, there's still a little bit strong supply-demand ratio going on there, but it's not flying off the shelf and it's not giving away. Okay, so this is a good market to be in, to be looking for real estate and looking at properties. Okay. What else going on here? So the stress test, like you all know about the stress test, which is designed to slow the craziness down. Okay, and it's doing a wonderful job. You're slowing the craziness down, and despite the stress test, we still have people demanding real estate on a large scale. So it's not slowing it down fast enough, some might say. The demand for real estate is still mighty and strong out there. So let's continue. So what's the solution to the stress test? It's a few solutions I'm gonna recommend. Number one, you have to have a good credit score, because lenders now are very, very picky. They want to make sure that when they lend you money, you actually qualify or credible to pay it back. So if your credit score is not so great, you want to spend time increasing your credit score. Very important. And what that number is? 680 and above. 680 and above is a good number. I don't have my credit book close by here, but 680 and above is a good number. Okay, and what that means, if you have 680 and above, when you're going to apply for a mortgage, you're going to get good, decent interest rate. Okay, if you don't have 680 and above, then you risk paying a higher interest rate. Okay, so that's the first thing. Next, deposit. We've seen more and more lenders are requiring a higher deposit. Okay, so even though 5% program is available out there, lenders are asking for 10%, 50%, 20%. They want to make sure that you have more skin in the game today than you did a year, 2, 3 years ago. Okay, so you want to make sure you have a strong deposit. What's next? Income. Always the same. Income has to be pretty good, pretty high, higher now, because the stress test will take away some of your purchasing power. So you want to make sure your income is high. If you having a problem with the deposit or down payment, you having a problem with income, this is a perfect time to when I says when your network is equal to your net worth. Okay, all the people that's been cheering you on for the last how many years, they call themselves part of your network. Let's see if they're gonna be there with you today to increase your net worth. And what that means, collaborating with you to do a joint venture. Okay, calibrate you to do a joint venture. And what that means, folks, it means buying a property between the two of you guys. You and your brother and sister, mother and father, friends, neighbors, whatever it is. Come together, look at good real estate opportunities, put your name on that contract, and buy a piece of property. Okay? Are they willing to do that for you or with you? Because now the prices is pretty decent. Interest rate is pretty decent. You're not paying $50,000, $100,000 over asking price as you did 2-3 years ago. So you have better choices of properties. You have better options. Okay, now the price is still high or not as low as people expect it's going to come down. So you can pay a bit of a premium to be in the GTA predominantly. Okay, and we talk about the GTA versus out of the GTA in a little while. So you're still going to pay a premium to be into the GTA. Okay, now the good thing for those who were listening to me over the last 10, 15 years plus and took action and bought real estate and held real estate, like I said, we buy, hold, and profit. We don't buy, fix, and flip. Okay? It's not my style. Okay? We buy, hold, and profit. If you've done that, now you start to enjoy the suite of what we call cash flow. More important, amazing positive cash flow. So what's going on now, folks? Because it's more challenging for a lot of people to qualify for a mortgage, there's more people who have to rent versus buy. That means landlords are in a good position now, and the market rent has been increasing year over year for the last 2-3 plus years now. So if you're a landlord, you're getting good rent. Your cash flow is pretty good. Especially if you bought 3, 4, 5 years ago. Even 2 years ago, you've seen good pricing on the purchasing side, and your rent is ridiculously high. And you're sitting pretty good. And this trend going to continue for the next 2 to 3 years. I'm predicting the trend going to continue. So, what some of you can do now? You have to learn how to maximize your space, to maximize your rent. So if you have a property, for instance, you have a detached home or a semi-detached home, and you're renting the whole house for, let's say, $2,500, $2,400, $2,200 a month, and your tenant move out. Now's the perfect time for you to finish your basement, turn it into a legal basement apartment, and all of a sudden, your revenue stream increase ridiculously. You get rent upstairs, and you get a rent from your basement. You're getting more money because you held on your asset. You got to hold to the asset. Now, I personally don't care about real estate values right now because I'm buying, holding, and profit. What's important right now for you investors who own real estate is income, cash flow, and income. That's what's important. So if you hold on to your property, you continue to get more and more cash flow, more and more income to your property. And sit back and watch the market. Look for good deals. There's lots of good deals out there. I did a video last week. And the video I did last week, we talked about buying properties from $150,000. And I stopped at $300,000. We can go beyond that. From $150,000 to $300,000. But you got to go out of the city. You're not going to get those prices in the GTA. If you go out of the city, you can get good deals. Okay? Now, here's the thing with being out of the city. Most of you think that demand for rentals is not as strong as the GTA. That's not true. Now, GTA also gets your strongest rental market because you're in prime location. But out of the city, people still demand rentals. Now, here's the thing. They're having the same problem out of the city like you have in the city. And what is that? Affordable real estate. The property prices has run up on the outskirts as well. So they have the same problem. They cannot afford real estate on the outskirts as the same thing they can't afford real estate inside the city. So they have to do the same thing a lot of you are doing right now on the outskirts. You are renting. They're doing the same thing too. You can't afford to buy, you got to continue to rent. Okay? So that's how you leverage a market condition. Okay? Now, once you go out to the city, it's very important. You're looking for multi-family rentals. That's your number one choice. Multi-family rentals. 2, 3, 4 unit, 5 unit, 6 unit, 12 unit, and above. That's what we're looking for. Multi-family rentals. Why? You do what we call dollar cost average, or your cost per door is cheaper. So for instance, if you're buying a 2-unit property in Toronto or Mississauga or Brampton for $650,000. Once you get on the outskirt, $650,000 give you 4 to 6 apartment for the same price. City price. You see what's happening? You're getting 2 units in the city for $650. You come out to the city, you get 4 to 6 units for the same price. So the farther out you go, the cost per door reduces, and more profit, more cash flow for you as an investor. Now, let's talk about some stats now, and then we continue back on the real estate stuff. Now, we see Toronto market is still doing good. Vancouver market is still doing good. Most of the major market is still doing pretty good. Not as good as we're doing 2-3 years ago, but it's still doing pretty good. This is something that I bring to my attention. Immigration. This is really, really important. Immigration, we had higher values, more people came to Canada in 2017 and 2016. 2016 we had a strong number increase. 2017 it dropped a bit. 2018 it increased more. 2019 we up to about almost 330,000 people per year coming to Canada 2019. And by 2021 we push into 350,000 people coming into Canada. Okay? And I'm hearing through the grapevine, those numbers gonna go up to close to 400,000 people coming into Canada, of which predominantly most of them gonna go into Ontario, and the rest of them will spread across Canada. Do you understand what that means for you? You, and you. Do you understand what that means? That means that more people come here is the more money you're allowed to make as an investor, because there's more demand for your property. There's more demand for rentals. There's more demand for purchasing. Okay? So the more people come, the more real estate you own, is the more wealthy you can become. Why? You're positioning yourself in the heart of the oil field. Real estate is like oil in the GTA. You're in the heart of the oil field. That means everybody come here has to get oil. They got to get a piece of property. If they can't buy, they have to rent. Okay? Because we don't have too many homeless people in the GTA. So you got to buy or you got to rent it. So you're positioning yourself in the heart of the oil field. And the more people come here, is the more money you're able to make. So up to about 400,000 people moving forward, we get coming into Canada. Okay? Now the question is, and people are asking, Frank, well, I have one down payment. You're a first timer. Whether you're a first time investor, first time home buyer, whatever it is. Because I think everybody's an investor, whether you're buying your first house to live in or first house to invest. Because of where we're located, real estate does very well. You have one chunk of money. And the magic question is, Frank, where do I put that money? Very important. Where do you put that money? Because you want to make sure that wherever you put that money, you can get the smartest, fastest appreciation and cash flow. Anyone want to take a guess out there? Let me see if you guys be paying attention to my posts and paying attention to the real estate market. If you have one set of money, okay, where would you put that money in today's market? Where would you put that money? One set of money. You don't have lots, okay? You don't have lots of money. Hi, Obina. Hi, Carol T. If you have one set of money, well, I won't let you wait too long. If you have one set of money and you have to, and you want to actually invest that money, you want to make a smart decision. You know where you should put that money, folks? You should put that money in Ottawa. Ottawa. And here's why, folks. Ottawa is expecting up to 24% population growth over the next few years. Do you guys understand that? Ottawa is expecting up to 24% population growth over the next few years. Do you know what that means for you? Do you know what that means? That if you own a piece of property in Ottawa, the real estate values is going to go. That's what happens. Because the population going to be demanding what you have. If you own a piece of property in Ottawa, you can get strong appreciation. Now, you say, Frank, I live in the GTA and I don't want to go to Ottawa. And that's fine too. You don't have to. I'm just saying, if you're a flexible investor, okay, you have a small chunk of change and you want to invest it, and you want to invest it the smart way, you invest it where people are going to be going. And they're going to be going to Ottawa. 24% population increase over the next few years. And you can't go wrong. Smart money, smart money. Okay? So when we invest in smart money, two things we look for: mass development, infrastructure, and mass group of people. Okay? Ottawa's getting both. Mass infrastructure development, also mass group of people going to Ottawa. The GTA, you can't go wrong. It is what it is. Mass infrastructure. Almost every city in the GTA is developing, is going, putting up roads, fixing highways, and you name it. Because they're expecting more and more people. So when you see your government is investing in your infrastructure, you need to pay close attention to that. When your government is investing in infrastructure, government runs like a business. When they go out and spend money, it's pre-calculated for a solid return. They don't spend money because they want to. They don't spend money because they need to. They spend money too because they expect a decent return back on that money. So if you look at Mississauga, top notch, every sector, development, infrastructure, boom, 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 every day, every year, continuously. Okay? Toronto, it's the same thing. All the subway station right through Toronto is coming. Extended subway station to Vaughan, you name it. Infrastructure, that money is bigger than yours. The light rail that's going to London. Beaumontville, the GO station coming to Beaumontville. Kitchener, Waterloo, Square One, you name it. You just position yourself. Position yourself. Keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. Don't worry with this stress test stuff. Don't let the stress test stress you out. The stress test is temporary. Okay? Now, it's two things the stress test is doing. One says, Everett says, do most immigrants stay in the GTA instead of outside based on community size? Everett, most immigrants stay close to where the jobs are at, and predominantly they're in the GTA. And this is the breakdown. 50% of all immigrants that come into Canada stays in Ontario. I think about 35 or 40% of that, and those that stays in Ontario comes to the GTA. So we get the largest population growth for immigrants, new immigrants into the GTA. Then the rest of them spread across Ontario and then spread across Canada. Okay? Yeah. So I'm going to continue. So, yeah. So, development, infrastructure, right across the GTA, Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto, and they're going out now. The light rail is coming in London and coming from Windsor all the way down to the GTA. From Ottawa as well. Beaumontville, GO station is coming there. And if you just pay attention, you're going to see all this stuff is happening right in front of your eyes. And that means that the market is telling you something. That your city is growing with or without you. Okay? Your city is growing without you. The population is growing without you. You guys taking too long to make kids. You have to make your child to take 18 years in order for them to buy a property from me. I can't make any money from you. It's too long. So the immigration program is a faster program that boosts our economy and push it up faster. Okay? And again, there's a property out there for anyone. You shouldn't have a problem qualifying for real estate. Okay? So if you can't buy something in Toronto, Mississauga, move out. Go to Kitchener, Waterloo. Go to London. Go to Woodstock. Go to Ingersoll. Go to Oshawa. Now, Ottawa. Okay? Go to, what do you call that place? Newcastle. On the east side. You go to north, Vaughan, and north of Vaughan. Barrie and all these other places. Okay, they all gonna get a spillover of the GTA. So when people can't afford properties in GTA anymore, they're gonna move out. They have no choice. They have to move out in order to get affordable real estate. A property that I like, and I've been promoting this property for years, and it's still my number one favorite property to purchase is one. It's called a 5-level backsplit. The 5-level backsplit, you find them all across the GTA. In Scarborough, in Brampton, in Mississauga, in Toronto. The 5-level backsplit, it gives you a decent amount of units inside. You can legalize it in most cities, and it gives you really, really good revenue. Okay? What's next going on here? Yes, so we talk about immigration going on there. The real estate values continue to increase, more slow than fast. I'll take any questions. If you guys have any questions, I'll take any questions. While I gather my thoughts here. Hi, Cecile. How you doing? How you doing? Very good, very good. If you have any questions, I'll take your questions. Yeah, so some folks ask, Frank, did you do any demographic market research when you started? Yes, I did. Okay, yes, I did. Most things for me are pre-calculated. So who did I target when I started buying real estate, either for tenants or as investment partners or as a realtor? Who did I target? I target the baby boomers. And why did I target baby boomers? Because the baby boomers have old money. And old money is normally good money. You see, the millennials, whatever they call them, they're not ambitious enough for me. They're not buying real estate anytime soon. Unless their parents give them money, they're not buying real estate. So I never focus on millennials. I never focus on people my age. Most people who buy real estate could be my parents' age and my grandparents' age, because they're the one who had the money. You see, the largest group of people that created the largest amount of wealth in population history was the baby boomers. On every sector, they created money, created finance, created industry, created economy. From babies to diapers to shoes to fashion to lifestyle. Listen, you think you guys go on vacation now? You guys go on cheap vacation now. You go all inclusive $1,500. That's cheap stuff. Rewind the clock back. When your parents and grandparents were going on vacation, we talking about $10,000 to $15,000 cruise trip. They were spending. That's the amount of money that these people were put into the cruising business. When the baby boomers stopped cruising because they're getting old, the cruise business started going right down the chute. Then they start off, you can get a cruise now for $300-400. It's so cheap now. Every sector that they touched created wealth, created economy. Every sector. You guys overdressed today. You wear t-shirts and jeans. These people were buying $5,000 to $6,000 suits. Tailor-made. You're talking about shoes. You think those $800 shoes are expensive? Those are cheap shoes. Every sector, the cars they drive, you name it, lifestyle that these people live, the largest financial sector ever created, largest financial economy ever created among human development was through the baby boomers. So once I get involved in the business, it's very important I did all my research to understand who has the money. Who has the money? So when the young people my age come and talk to me, like, get out of here. You don't have any money. I don't want to talk to you. Let your mom or dad call me. Precisely. I know exactly who I want to talk to. You have no money. We can't talk business if you have no money. I want to talk to people who have the money, the people who control the cash, who have the credit card, who like to write a check, who know how to spend, who understand wealth building. They're the one who create the wealth building concept. They want to create the next generation money concept. They're the one who create children upon children enjoying their wealth. They're the one with investing in child education funds before RESP was around. The problem today, the millennials and the younger people don't have enough money, don't have enough disposable income to even invest in the kids' education. They don't have that kind of stuff. Okay? Yeah, absolutely, Chanel. Chanel said people moving from the GTA, moving to Woodstock, Ingersoll, and so on, London, as far as London. Yeah, that's true. Okay? So I targeted the economy. And the economy was the baby boomers. So when you come and talk to me, whether you come to my seminar or workshop, or you want to sit and talk to me as a business partner, I said, take me to your mom and dad. Let's go have a conversation. Let me go to your house. Let me talk to your parents, the people who have the real money. And I would go and sit and talk to the parents. And I would convince the parents to refinance their house, to partner up with me and let's go real estate shopping. And it worked. It worked. It worked. All these baby boomers were coming to my events, was buying real estate, and more important, I teach them something that I call portfolio real estate. Portfolio real estate. So I'm going to show you here. I teach them how to buy one property per child. Very simple. We're doing one property per child. So if you have 4 kids, you need 4 properties. If you can even see this here. One property per child. One property per child. That's what we're doing. One property per child. Okay? Because it's very important that we create generational wealth. One property per child. And they bought into the concept. And we partnered up. We did things together. We served them as clients. And the portfolio real estate concept became very, very popular. And I'm going to tell you this today, folks. Every single person that bought real estate with me then and held on to their property is sitting on millions of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth in equity today. The ones who bought and didn't sell are sitting on good money. Every single one of them. Because why? My strategy was pre-calculated based on finances. It wasn't, let's make a little money, buy quick and flip. No, it wasn't that stuff. We assessed the market based on true financial status. We check out immigration. We check out the rental market. We check out the property values. And when the property value became too much, we moved to a different city. First, we started in Toronto selling triplexes, buying triplexes. When the triplex went to a certain value, we moved out to Mississauga, Brampton. Then we moved to Scarborough. Then we moved to Ingersoll, Woodstock, London, St. Thomas, Tillsonburg. As an investor, the property values have to be at a certain level. If it go past a certain level, you shouldn't be buying that property anymore. So you're asking me, Frank, what is that number today? What is that number today? I'm going to answer your question just now, King Dance. The number today to be buying real estate is anything between 350 to 550. That's your magical number on average. Okay? Unless you have lots of cash flow, then you can go past that. That's easy also to qualify. 350 to 550. So King Danes from Instagram says, how do we get the millennials involved? Create some, well, here's the thing. We could get them involved, and the number one way to get them involved is assistance from the parents. You got to talk to mom and dad. The same thing I did back then, you got to do now. You got to talk to their mom and dad and get their parents, start giving them a booster and help funding their first transaction. Okay? Because they don't have the money. They don't have the savings. They're not like me. They weren't doing 2 or 3 jobs. They don't want to do that. You can't do 2 and 3 jobs on Instagram and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. You see, I didn't have social media to disturb me or distract me. So I did 2 and 3 jobs. 2 or 3 jobs on a part-time business because I was determined to create generational wealth. I was determined to create success. So that's what I did. These kids are not doing that today. Okay? And it's difficult to get them doing that. So the only thing you can do to push them forward is to get the parents involved. Say, hey mom, hey dad, can you lend him or her $20,000, $30,000 deposit? Okay? Let them $20,000 deposit. We buy our first property. We can go on the outskirt. Let them do some driving. Don't put them to prime real estate yet. Let them do exercise. Let them do some driving. Let them put some workout. Don't take a lot of money investing in them, not sure if they're able to work the business to get your money back. So push them on the outskirt a little bit. Let them go drive and collect rent, fix some properties and flush toilets on the weekend and that kind of stuff. The parents with equity in their home need to help their kids invest in real estate. Absolutely, Sharon. So if you're a parent and you have equity in your home and you see the market is ready for investment and you don't want to do it yourself because you might think you're getting up there in age or whatever the situation is, it's okay to help the kids. Don't give me money when you die. I don't want the money when you die. Because when you die, I'm already old. I want the money when I'm young. I want to make mistakes when I'm young. So give me the money when I'm young, so let me make mistakes. Now, I never had anyone give me any money, so I had to go find my own money. But if you have parents who have money and they're willing to invest with you and take a risk with you, you should appreciate that very much, and the parents should also be looking at that. So a lot of the baby boomers now, they're not as flexible on the social media. So when it comes to renting tenants and all this kind of stuff, renting apartment to tenants, they don't know that kind of stuff too much. The kids can help them that way. So the kids can be responsible for renting the property out. The parents can be responsible for funding the transaction and get the kids involved and buy real estate. But again, most families, if you're a decent sized family, you need 4 to 6 properties over your lifetime in this country. I say 1 property per child, 1 for retirement, 1 for traveling. That gives you 6 property. And that's not including your personal home. So 1 property per child, 1 for retirement, give you retirement income, and 1 to give you travel income. You want to travel the world and see the world and all that kind of stuff as you get older. Okay, that's the strategy we've created. So moving forward, folks, the other solution I have for the stress test, and you can talk to your mortgage broker. If not, you can talk to my mortgage broker. What we're doing right now for the stress test, we actually we're going to 30 to 35 years amortization. Does that make sense to you guys? We're doing 30 to 35 years amortization. So once we go to 35 amortization, that brings down the monthly payment. It also increases your purchasing power. You guys understand that? So if you're talking to a mortgage broker, tell them you want a 30 to 35 years amortization. You want to go farther and further out, okay? And brings down your carrying costs. Also put more cash flow in your pocket today. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for, okay? What else going on here? The ideal thing right now, if you're starting out, don't ever forget this: cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. You want cash flow. You want positive cash flow. Cash flow and keep you in the game. Cash flow and take you out of the game. We don't have the market right now where you can buy a pre-construction and it's worth $50,000 to $100,000 in the future. I'm not confident in the market when it comes to that right now. So I'm not going to advise you to do that. Because the mortgage rules are so tight and the property prices are up there. If you buy a property, I'm not convinced in the next 2 to 3 years you're going to see strong appreciation. So if you're buying a property, you should buy it on cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. We can do the cash flow by doing a market assessment on today's rental value and today's income. So don't forget that you need cash flow. Okay. What else? What else? What else? What else? This is the year of the lion. Keep calm, just take control. From the real estate side, a lot of people have asked me questions about becoming a realtor. A lot of people have to become a realtor. If you want to become a realtor, you don't need to become a realtor to buy investment property. But if you want to become a realtor, you want to make some money on the side. It's not a bad thing to do, but you don't need to get your real estate license to invest in real estate. Okay, and the other thing you need to ask yourself, by becoming a realtor, what makes you special? What makes you special? Very important. What makes you special? And what I mean is that there's thousands of realtors out there already that's been around for years and ages and forever. Know the business very well too. Why would somebody do business with you who's brand new to the market? So before you get involved and take all that courses and all that kind of stuff, you figure out what's special about you and what you bring into the marketplace. You have to bring something different. You have to bring something special. Otherwise, you can come to the market, you can compete with everybody else, and you get beaten down and working for cheap. You don't want to do that. Okay? Because you're not bringing anything special to the market, you compete with everyone else. You end up working for cheap. So a few things before we go. You want 30 to 35 years amortization on the mortgage qualification. That brings down your carrying costs and also increase your purchasing power. You want to do joint venture with other investors. You want to go out to the city where the property prices are cheaper and you get better bang for your buck. So go on the outskirt. Okay. What else you want? You want to talk to your parents. If you're new or young into the business, talk to your parents about refinancing their home. Give you some equity and taking a risk with you. Tell your mom and dad, I don't want money from you when you're old. Because when you're old, I'm old. When you die, I'm old. I don't want old money. I want young money today. Young money. Okay? I don't want old people money. So if you're young and I'm young, we can go through this together. Okay? And that's and that's the situation. Okay? And other than that, what else? Any questions out there? I'll answer some of your questions. Answer some of your questions. Let me answer some of your questions before I close this off here. It's a very good time to be investing in real estate now. I would not lie to you. It's a very good time to invest in real estate. The market is nice. The market is very humble. You can take your time and pick the properties you want. 1 second here. Where is the interest rate going in the future, in your opinion? Okay, so Eugene is asking, where's the interest rate going in the future? Interest rate is going interest rate. I don't think interest rate can go up ridiculous, or I don't think it can go down ridiculous. I think we have a consistent trend of interest rate. And what I mean is, like, I expect seeing interest rate a little bit higher in the winter months, and when they want to push more real estate sales in the spring and summer, interest rate can come down a bit. I think that's what you see happening. And so that doesn't continue over the next little while in the real estate market for property purchase. Any other questions there? Invest real estate, always good to go. Yeah. Maximize. How do you maximize cash flow in Ottawa when you live in the GTA? Does that eat up your cash flow? I'm a rookie. Okay. So Cassandra's asking, if you live in the GTA and you want to invest in Ottawa, how do you maximize your cash flow? Well, Cassandra, my number one thing is invest close to where you live. Invest close where you live. So if you're gonna go to Ottawa and invest, you have to make sure you have a property manager or they're managing your property for you. You have to make sure you have that. If you don't have that, then it can be a bit more of a problem for you. You have to have a property manager managing for you. Okay? If I'm going to Ottawa, I will go brand new. I'll go brand new pre-construction, whether I'm doing a detached home, and not even in Ottawa. I go to the outskirts of Ottawa, where you get a better bang for your buck as well. And just hold on to the market, hold on to your property until the market appreciate. I go condos at a decent price. That's what I would do if I'm going to Ottawa, personally. But it's always nice that you can drive to your property on a weekend or in the evening and check things out. If your tenants have any problems, it's always nice to be able to do that. And if not, it becomes challenging. But I still want to identify the opportunity in Ottawa for investment purpose. The population is going to be growing ridiculous. And if you're new to the market or you have a small amount of money, you want to pay attention to the mass movements of people. Mass movements of people and mass movements of money. That's how you make money in this business. When I started investing in real estate in Toronto, I saw the mass movements were coming from the reports. I get the reports every quarter. I read the reports every quarter. It's very important. You read the reports. Okay? CMHC put out the reports. RBC put out the reports. Ministry of Finance put out reports annually. Immigration put out reports. You want to read these reports. It tells you the future of the country. You want to go to your local city and find out where the infrastructure is going to be happening. Where the TTC expansion is going to be happening. You want to find out these things. That's how you make money. It's information. Okay? We're in the information age. So, two things happen. Who gets the information first and who take action with it. Because the information is everywhere. Because, oh, Frank, I know this, I know that. Yeah, no, you know what you're going to do with it. Okay? The information is there. You get the information, you got to do something with it. But right now, the market temperature for real estate is nice. To invest, to buy properties. The tenancy, and here's why. Also, the tenancy market is strong. A lot of people cannot afford to buy, so they have to rent. So if you're a landlord, you can make a lot of money. Make a lot of money. You get your mortgage paid down by the tenants. You can get good tax break on the property, which goes against your primary income. Okay? So more money in your pocket there. And when the market is ready to appreciate, you can get good appreciation on your property. Get your praise, invest while you're alive. not give inheritance after they're gone. That's right, Sean. You get your parents investing with you when you're alive. You know, when I start off in this business, I used to talk to everyone to invest with me. And not a single person, except for one guy, took a chance with me. Most people were too scared to invest. I couldn't get my parents investing with me. I couldn't get nobody investing with me. I was on the road by myself for a very long time. All by myself. I'd go out and get all these wonderful ideas, go to all these seminars and workshops and courses with all these brilliant ideas. And I couldn't get a single person to invest with me. So even though I'm saying get your parents to invest with you, it's going to be a tough ride. Because number one, they don't trust you. Your friend's not going to trust you. Plus, they're scared themselves. They're afraid you're going to lose. And they're afraid they're going to lose with you. They're comfortable going to their work, their nice job, paying their rent or mortgage on time, and they're comfortable with that. To invest with you, it's a struggle for lots of them. So that's going to be a tough challenge. But I work my system out. And once I start making money, everybody want to come and invest with me now. I decline joint venture partners on a weekly basis. Because number one, they don't have the mindset. They have not developed themselves yet to be one of my partners today. Okay? They have not developed themselves. Those are the same people are asking to invest with me. The same people are telling, let's go buy real estate. And they weren't willing to do that. But they come now, they want to borrow money. You know my answer is? Absolutely not. Because you don't have to borrow money from me if we'd invest together. We both would have had money. You would have yours, I would have mine. Okay, you don't have to borrow money from me because we're investors. Right? So it's gonna be a tough task. But I'm gonna tell you this. When you get over that hump, where they actually want to be a part of what you're doing, it becomes very easy and sweet. Very, very easy. So another thing I did when I started off investing in real estate that most of you probably should start focusing on is your retirement age. When do you want to retire? When do you want to retire? Because my investment was to model my future retirement. I know I'm going to retire by a certain age and I want income after retire. So my investment model my retirement objective. Just like you sit with the financial advisor and says, well, you want to have $2,000, $10,000 a month after a certain age. The same thing you can do with real estate. You have X amount of income coming from a property, X amount of equity. You can set all it up from the day you start. And I set it up, create the plan, and I work it out step by step, step by step. I didn't get distracted. Well, sometimes I did get some form of distraction. I ignore that, move past it, and keep going. And it worked itself out. Stay focused. I only did real estate. Didn't do anything else. I don't care how much millions I can make over the other side. How much people call me, say, Fran, you can make $10,000 a month doing this, doing that. I didn't care what they were offering. I went one track. Because when I assess most millionaires and billionaires, 80% of them, if they didn't make their money, they were holding the money in real estate. And I want a piece of that pie. So when you come to them about network marketing and all these junky programs that has all these broke people, I stay far away from that. And man, look at me, man. We're part of a prestige industry. Prestige industry, real estate. Listen, real estate is the most expensive product that the average person can afford to buy. The most expensive product the average person can afford is a prestige industry. You can disturb me from that to tell me about network marketing or some junky business? No, I don't do that kind of stuff. So I focus extremely on real estate. And just keep knocking away. And even though I say one property per year, you might not get one property per year. You might get one property every 5 years. You might get property every 2 years. But you're still going to be better off than the people who's running around doing stupid business. You're still going to be better off financially than most people investing in stocks and mutual funds. Investing $200 or $300, $200 or $300 a month. That's not money. When you have a property, you have a $2,000 a month mortgage. You have what, almost $1,100 going to interest, $800 or $900 a month from that going paying on your principal. Your tenant is doing that for you. That's proper leveraging. You know, years ago, I met a financial advisor, and he said to me, he said, Frank, how long have you been in the business? And that time I was in the business like 5 or 6 years. And he said to me, he said, Frank, I have to be honest with you. He says, he came from India when he was 19 years old, and he get involved in the financial service business. And he said, Frank, he is never able to make or meet a millionaire from financial services. And he said, from he started looking at real estate, you've seen so many millionaires and multi-millionaires in the real estate business. This is a prestige industry. Don't junkie it up. It's a prestige industry. When you have real estate, you are a lord. You're a landlord. That means you're serving a proper purpose for your community of people who want to rent from you. And you're serving a proper purpose to the government where you're paying property taxes and utilities and you're contributing to the economy. So you're a lord, you're a landlord. You're helping changing the way people live. People call you asking you for something that you have. They want a part of it. If your property is in good condition, you have bidding wars in your rentals today in today's marketplace. It's an easy business. It's not an overnight success. So if you can't qualify for a mortgage now, take your time. Get your situations fixed up. Get your credit in position. Get your income intact. And bang, you buy. Because chances are, the day or the year that you buy, that's when the market can go to a whole new level again. You can't predict it. I don't predict. I said, I buy and I hold and I profit. I don't predict this stuff. The only thing I want to know is what the numbers look like. What the numbers look like. Sharon saying financial literacy is important. Absolutely. Financial literacy is important. So if you don't know, educate yourself. Go to workshops, go to seminars. Come on live chats like this. Get yourself a mentor. Get yourself somebody who's doing what you want. Let them help you. Okay, now mentorship is expensive, just so you know. So get yourself a mentor, and the sky's the limit. Now, this is my direct contact phone number. You can text me, you can message me, get on my WhatsApp. I haven't promoted any project in the last little while, and that's because I don't see any project that I like so far. So I'm waiting for something special. My direct number is 647-237-3642. You can text me on that number. You can get on my WhatsApp. Okay? And I can, once anything is going on that I like, I'm going to showcase that to you. I haven't seen anything I like lately. So I'm being patient and I'm waiting for something. So I'm not dead. I'm still alive. I'm just waiting for something that makes financial sense. And when it makes financial sense, I will promote that and send it out to you guys. And you give to get involved in real estate. So I can sit with you one-on-one. We can discuss your mortgage. We can discuss establishing a portfolio for you. Discuss your finances and help you build a portfolio one property at your time. Everett, last question. Is it now harder to get equity out of a property with a stress test? Yes, Everett. Yes, it's going to be a little bit challenging now compared to before. But we have a lot of financial options and it should be just fine. Okay? To your success, my name is Frank Corbin. This is the completion of the State of the Union for Wealth Builder for 2019. I'll be doing more of these events all through the year. And contact me. Let's buy real estate. Let's get rich. Start young, finish rich. Start with real estate, finish rich. To your success. See you then. Let's enjoy the summer. Let's enjoy and have a wonderful time. Buy real estate. This is the next generation money. You can get it through real estate. The next generation money. You can't go wrong. Next generation money. Shazam! Shazam! It's about to happen. Get on board. Get involved. Real estate. It's all I did. And all I'm going to continue to do. I don't care what else they're offering anywhere else. Unless it's making me a ton of money, it's going to be real estate. To your success. Make lots of money. If you continue to leave any questions, I will try to follow up and answer your questions in the comments. 647-237-3642. You can contact me. We can have a conversation. We can meet in person. And we can buy lots of real estate. Woo! Instagram was live tonight. Everywhere is live tonight. All right.